Ground music, riding in the years, I use it. Tighten up, you a lose. I approve. I step and approve. Straight ground, make all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me and money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted man, her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she like. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. In and out of DMs, tryna be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt off when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them Tina with the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles, up her brothers. I said, jumping back, and lit, you at. She was just running, Emmett Smith, run it back. She had to make it, rubbing and just caught up. Then she got me painting nails, calling me sound like the heads of the way I be chasing. You know she got them
Brands of the mill.
I'm in Miami, so we know the
Bands of the
I called her door back with a 50, she wanted the. She said, who? About to make me cancel this L. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy own. Payment good, and she good as gone, boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones for the knowledge. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes.
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to
I couldn't be me. Pa' mi frequency, te frequently matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. Boss baby, CEO del LLC, lo tengo en un pánico. Dale rápido, quiero crecer y dar más fruto, algo botánico. Lo hice bien orgánico, Tommy el maquinón. Voy subiendo como espuma y tú bajando bien titánico.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bengals and the Bears, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And coming out of them, Greg, it is the rookie who they selected in the first round of the draft.
He got his first live game action last week in the preseason opener, Mike, and when you go back and watch the film, I think he did a lot of really good things. I think like any other young rookie player, there's a growth process. There's a lot of maturation that needs to happen. But if he can continue to work and learn and continue to progress, I think in a few weeks when the regular season opens, he could find himself as a week 1 starter.
They'll stay on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Jonathan Owens able to make the play. Here comes 3rd and 6. Burrow. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success.
The Bengals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just blow that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Bengals offense and their running back set to go once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They go play action for Burrow. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. What will the second quarter? So they come to the line for first down and 10. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit, because that one went nowhere.
On second down, they run the counter. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. A tough spot here. Third and long. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stick with him again. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 29.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big game.
And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Handoff here, up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing 4th down. Bengals offense, and they're running back, getting ready to go back to... Now a run on first down. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. 3-3, our score. 2 minutes to go in this first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, here's 2nd and 2. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a first down at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open.
This one, a win for the visiting Bengals, as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that 2nd win here in Week 2.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Coming live from the VIP, heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit, boy I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. To get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I copy chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do? When you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2. If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, my too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out.
We about to move, son. Don't talk about it unless you do, son. I make the backyard feel like a stampede. I make the trash car feel like it's a Bentley. Hanging like a Warhol or like a Banksy. And hit the stage, turn the people into family. I'm talking back then, you didn't know me. But you feel it now, acting like the homie. Talking about, hey, can you feel it? Let me know if you feel it right now. Can you feel it? Let me know if you feel it right now. Feel it right now. We about to move, son. Don't talk about it unless you do, son. I said I feel like money on the line. I said I feel like Kobe in his prime, man. Do it for the city, not the gram. I'ma keep it real, 100 grand. Back then, they really didn't know me. But right now, they acting like we're homies. Let me know if you feel it right now. Feel it right
I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say it to him like that, have my with him like that. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say it to him like that, that he's coming right back. She's a provocateur, dance floor connoisseur, weeks of Friday for sure. Tell the girls we're taking a detour. Give him hell, yeah. Get these boys out, yeah. She does it well, oh yeah. I do it myself, oh yeah. Can you necklace on my hips, butterflies on my wrist? Put your hands on me like this. Need to go head to toe. PT, she's glossy. Give her one kiss just softly. She's a man, get him me. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say it to him like that, have my with him like that. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say it to him like that, that he's coming right back.
like ice cream on Shanty, playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. Let my hair as I'm on my knees like that, Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me.
Say, boy, what you want? Eat that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his soul. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows. When I play with him like that. I think he knows. When I save him like that. He's wrapped around my pinky finger, watching the way I move. More power than on. And he knows it's true. When I play with him like that. When I play with him like that. Play with him like that. That he's coming right back.
The Bengals back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. And with that group, we get to see a rookie selected in the first round of this year's NFL Draft.
This is one of those moments, Kate, I can remember back when, 1999. My chance to make my NFL debut, and I know exactly what's going through his mind. Hey, young buck, remember to breathe and enjoy these few seconds, because once he lines up and that first snap's away, that moment will disappear, and it will be replaced by the expectations that come with being a first-round pick.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on 3rd down. Back to the well again. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
The Bengals and their running back about to get back to work. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive.
Here we go.
Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you could recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Finds his man, Chase. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Still well short after the 3-yard run. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
It's 4th down.
Bengals, and this running back headed back out for a new series. By this point, partner, they're through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Now it's a bootleg for him. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll run the counter. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football.
Ready?
Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They start out 2nd and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Still working past the 40. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down Bengals.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you can defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
5 men in the secondary for the Pats. 3rd down. Another carry for him. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. Nothing for them there. Maybe 1 yard. That's going to be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2.
On 1, ready?
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Lone back gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals are on the move here.
On 1, ready?
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Kyle Duggar hauling him down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On 2, ready?
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Come on, let's play like a team. Let's do this.
This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break.
Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window.
No need...
On 2.
They'll run here on 1st down. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Burrow out of the shotgun. This one taken in by Chase. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we
up 3rd and 1.
They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a give up the middle. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Now they're whistling for timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, these are the type of gains he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Here's the handoff. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Now a give on the counter. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
11.
Hand off to the back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
11. Here we go.
Give now to the running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away.
Here we go. 11.
Right up the gut. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Desperation time here on 4th. They connect for the 1st. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Offside.
And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. First down, ball at the 36.
11, mighty. Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
11, MT, tight. Here we go.
There's the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now we're on the counter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Going to the ground again on first. And he drives this forward to the 6. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals now within 1 score in the 4th. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Well, 2 left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied their tendencies. Yeah, no way that running back was going to get that one in. Not with...
Thomas. What's this say? Spread the ball around this guy.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It's pretty obvious this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Running it after the penalty. And this one does not go far. Just 1 yard on the play, a couple of real nice stops, forced 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
gun. Stop.
Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
So the Patriots come in and take the win on the road. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.
International man, tats on my hand. Take a trip with a pilot, I tell you when we land. You know I'm down with the whales, I be by the sand. On sun, yeah, it's blowing in the wind. What you doing? We kung fu and I beat it up. They never heard me on the beat when it's speeded up. 100 racks on the plate, she gon' eat it up. Yeah, I'm all in, like all night. Throw the racks up, make it fall right. And if you take a shot, make sure you hold the ball right. 1-800, yeah, bad, my type. My type, yeah, it's my type. I love the way that she put it all on me. The best things don't come from free.
100 racks, she be tempted. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All night.
You can tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna hug me. It's a vision, little baby, I'm moving cozy. Most solid in the game, he can't fold me. How you do it, it's so fluid, let's get to it. If you want something, gotta commit to it. This is something that jam to and sip to it. I can show you how to do it, take you right to it. Made in Wales and it got a twist to it. This ain't Big Sean, but I'm making good music. How you keep rhyming, man, I'm used to it. You should be too, I like it see-through. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you.
100 racks, she be tempted. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All night. 100 racks, she be tempted.
Just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. Give me that. Just give me that. I don't care what you got. Just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. Give me that. Just give me that. I don't care what you got. Just give me that.
All in all, this place is crawling. Girl, them a move on the body, them balling. Electricity just a light up the place. With the boom boom boom, you get up the face. We got the vibes and the vibes is good, good. You know we're rocking in the dark neighborhood, hood. You know the trend that's gonna bring it like we should.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Bengals and the Chiefs, just ahead on EA Sports.
Here we go. 11.
Thrown back, gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give it to him again. And that's good for a gain of 5. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They send the tight end in motion left. They'll run here on 1st down. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Leo Chanel able to bring him down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
The give here on 2nd. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route, 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Burrow setting to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested.
And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect...
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw it. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. So that brings us to halftime here in KC. Not everyone... First down, they'll run. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. Here's the handoff. Runs inside the 35. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Hand off to the back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Throwing from his own end zone. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Give now to the running back. Finds room to the 30. And he makes it all the way up to the 32-yard line. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Back to the well again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
That's Gesicki. He's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Right up the gut. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Plowing up the middle. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with first and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Second and goal coming up from the 7. Looking to throw, Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half.
And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a lead just before the end of the third. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
First down, Burrow to throw. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Throwing is Burrow. Hits him on the out route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Trying the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
On first down, here's Burrow. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be second down.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Short pass brought in. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Here's the give. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Pass caught along the sideline by Gesicki. And I think we can all see this one, partner. Some considerable frustration beneath Coach Reed's mustache. And he throws the flag. Setting up to pass. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals. He hands it off. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Completes this one to Chase. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. In case
the Bengals take this one on the road. And this game, wow, it came down to the final moments where it was their clutch score that proved the difference and set up this victory.
And I can show you how the other half lives. Yeah, I can take you out of this. Get on your grind and take the dive. Can you riddle me this? If a house is just a loan, why not double your chips? Look up a property in your city, then buy it and flip. You just copped yourself a brand new whip. You poor thing, I know you wanna live just like this. and bring it right back home. The price of easy living is a pity of soul. No appliances in your kitchen.
Hey, Shamar.
Did you violate it?
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it. I just want a roughneck on it. Big just want. Ask me if I'm finished now. I just begun. I ain't giving out no to no. Just for fun, are you dumb? Run a man, I don't know no other man. Like 100, just for 100 bands. What? I don't even got me 100 bands.
Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Commanders and the Bengals on Monday night.
The Bengals offense ready to get things started, coming off their first win of the season a week ago. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie running back.
Off to a strong start here the first couple of weeks, back-to-back very good games.
Yeah, he's come in with his eyes wide open, but he is focused, even for a youngster. You can see it in the way that he's running the football with nice authority.
Here we go, here we go.
And now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Burrow will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he can just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces the 4th down.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerve.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Jeremy Chinn right there to knock that away.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. His throw incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now it's Burrow. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. Set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up, get the defense to react.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. Look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Here we go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down. On 2. Gun.
Here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA.
And we will. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And they go play action now. Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Daron Payne, his second sack of the night.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Gun. Got.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Bengals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Burrow on play action.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense